So this is the structure for today's class. I'm going to start with, what do you understand by interdependence? Now, for this, I need you to come onto the chat and say, what is interdependence? And I'm going to read some of the captions on the chat. So now, what do you understand by this word? Interdependence. You know the word depend. We know that we depend on each other. So working by yourself, no. Interdependence is connection between things. Anybody else? Is it just a connection? When we depend on each other. So it's the trust, very, very important. It's the trust. When we say organism, that's a very important word. I'm going to come. People helping may not be interdependent. I can help somebody, but that person need not help me back. Excellent, Arhan. Depending on other people internationally, things are related, depend on each other, connection, trust between people, and trust. How organisms depend on each other. That's absolutely when you need each other to do something. I think we have enough responses. I will go back to what is interdependence. And it was great as a class. I think everybody give yourselves a thumbs up. You really have understood this, because interdependence is very, very complex. Yes, it is being dependent on one another. And this word mutual dependence means I depend on you, you depend on me, we depend on each other. Exactly what you said. Countries depend on each other. And that's absolutely clear in today's situation, where the World Health Organization is sending us guidelines on what we should do as an entire planet. So we are no longer my country and your country. We have to work together. Yes, organisms depend on each other. Please also understand that even this little coronavirus needs our cells, needs our bodies, and it can only survive on our body. And that's why we keep saying, wash your hands, so that we are not allowing this interdependence. But all organisms depend on one another. I can hear the koel out of my window every morning, because now it is dependent on the green leaves and the trees, and it just makes me feel so happy. Yes, we depend between ourselves and those whom we love. And yes, interdependence leads to mental, physical, and spiritual health. Mental is the mind, physical is the body, and spiritual, even though this word may seem like it's a religious word, spiritual always refers to my heart. So interdependence will help my head, it will help my heart, and it will help my hands and my body. So remember, we all need to be dependent for all three things. I'm now going to go back to another poll, and everybody uses a pencil. So I would like you to put on the chat, how many people do you guess it took to make a pencil? One pencil. Give a guess. 2 people, okay, 1 person, 3 people, 15 people. I feel like I'm in an auction. So I have 15 as maximum. 3, 4, 7, 5, 3, 2, actually 8, 4, okay, 7, 8, okay. I think the maximum we got to is 15, and yes, 16, okay, that's one more. 17, okay, going, 17 is maximum, going, 18, 20, okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move to a video and just let us see how many people are actually required to make a pencil. So I'm moving to the video. Let it load. Ms. Chandrani, has it loaded for everybody?
Miss,
it has stopped.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's starting. I think it's starting.
No. I was waiting to hear. Everybody can see the screen, right?
Yes, miss. Yes, we can see.
Perfect. I'm now going to start doing it. Yeah, here you go.
This is the world we live in. If we weren't surrounded by it every day, if we didn't take it for granted, we'd be dumbstruck by its very intricacy and brilliance. This is an ordinary, familiar wooden pencil. You might think a pencil is simple. Chances are you've been using one since before you could even read or write. But just because it's familiar doesn't mean it's simple. In fact, it's complicated, elaborate, beautiful, elegant. Its very existence is too improbable for any one person to truly comprehend. These are the basic materials that go into a pencil: graphite, cedar, metal, and rubber. But if you had all the elements of a pencil right in front of you, could you make a pencil? It's not as easy as you might think. In fact, no single person on the face of the earth could do it without the help of countless others. And this is the key to understanding the world. A pencil, just like you and me, is the end result of a vast, intricate family tree, a symphony of human activity that spans the globe. Through their work and knowledge, a vast number of people have had a hand in making this simple pencil. Unlike your family tree, this one begins with an actual tree. The most immediate ancestor of the pencil is a cedar tree in the Pacific Northwest. But the loggers who harvest the timber are also its ancestors. And these men don't work alone. They, in turn, are assisted by the people and industries that produce the saws, rope, and countless other tools that they use. These are also the ancestors of our pencil. As is the waitress at a nearby diner who sells the loggers lunch, to say nothing of the thousands of people involved in producing that simple midday meal. Across time and space, the web grows. Consider the roads, trucks, ships, communication systems, and the people who design, build, and maintain them. All of them are necessary to bring the lumber to the mills and the slack factories that process them. All of them are also the ancestors of the pencil. And even with the work of all these people, so far all we have is a stained wooden slat, a naked half of a wooden body of a pencil. But its family tree is larger and more extensive. The graphite is mined in China and Sri Lanka. At the pencil factory, it's mixed with clay and heat and other materials before it's extruded, dried, and baked in a kiln. People from different continents, different cultures, cooperate to bring these materials together with waxes and kilns and equipment from across the world. These too are the ancestors of the pencil. And the same is true of the eraser. With ingredients from around the world, it's the end result of a similarly complex and exotic branch of the family tree. As is the ferrule, the metal band made from material that is mined, refined, and shipped from all over the world. Each part of the pencil is the result of the collaboration and cooperation of millions of people. Together, they form a process that is constantly changing and adapting. A change in the availability or cost of material from one place might make another source more desirable, and the process changes and adapts fluidly. And there is a fact that's still more astounding. The absence of a mastermind, of anyone dictating these countless actions which bring a pencil into being. Each member of this family tree supplies only a small amount of the necessary know-how needed to make a pencil. They do so voluntarily, not because they necessarily want pencils or like pencils, but because by working to create them, they exchange their labor and skills for the wages that let them buy what they want and need. What you're seeing is the market at work. The spontaneous configuration of creative human energies, of millions of people with their various skills and talents organizing voluntarily in response to human necessity and desire, as if led by an invisible hand to promote an end which was no part of the intention. Every second we're alive, we benefit from the products of voluntary, spontaneous cooperation. This is the modern world. It's miraculous, it's intricate, and it gets better every day, so long as people are free to interact with each other. If we can leave the creative energies of humankind uninhibited, there's no limit to what we can accomplish.
So come back, and now you see that we thought that it takes 18 people, or we came up with 20. And what did the video show us? How many people does it take to make one pencil?
So many.
So many, and we don't realize. Can we take a few? Oh, you put 123 millions, absolutely millions of people. But you think this is only for a pencil?
It's for other
think for
products
everything.
also. Other products also. Like we
It's
need
for
so
other
many
products
people.
also. Would anybody like to just share something on the video? We can unmute and take some responses.
Student, please unmute yourself and you can reflect.
Yeah, if you need to say something. Yeah? Okay.
Miss, I think that the video was really nice because it included all the content which we needed, and it gave us a lot of information which we didn't know.
Yeah, and how does it link to interdependence?
Countries need each other to get all the materials to put them together.
Absolutely, countries need each other. Divina, you wanted to say something?
Miss, there are some levels to make one pencil, and only one person can't do all of them. So basically, you need at least a little group to make one pencil.
You need a little group, but we see that little group. Can we also see that the little group that we see, there is another much larger group that is invisible, right? If you think of anything, yes, they all depended on each other to help, and they all cooperated with each other. But there are so many invisible hands. And when we start thinking about anything that we use, we see that the web becomes so big that we cannot even control it. Arhan, you want to say something?
Yeah, Miss. I actually connected that you wanted us to define interdependence, right? So I
Yes.
actually think that this video defined interdependence because people were actually coming together. As they said, you could see how many people were. Some people were getting the lead, some people were getting the wood,
Yes.
and without them, just without one person, it wouldn't.
Yeah. I want to pose another question. Do we always see the people who are coming together?
Not necessarily.
Do we always see? Think about it.
No.
No, we don't see these people. Today, we are dependent on our computers, our laptops, our iPads. Somebody has made it. We have no idea who has made this. And without this, we would never be connected, right? So what we're going to do now is, I think has everyone understood the concept of interdependence? Also, there are those who we see And there are those who are invisible. Maybe today may be a good time for us to reflect on some of those people who are invisible to us. So I'm moving now into the next activity. And here, I want you to think about something that you use in your life. Anything. I'll give you an example. I'm going to think about my glasses, okay, my spectacles. I use it every day in my life to read. I'm going to draw that object in the middle of my paper. So I will draw my glasses in the middle of my paper. Where did I get my glasses from? Well, my doctor tested my eye and he told me this is my number. I went to the ophthalmologist's shop, the optician's shop, and I bought a pair of glasses. He gave me a plastic bag that it fit into it. I had a piece of paper on which my prescription was written. This is all that I saw. My driver took me to the shop because there's no parking over there. We went together in the evening. I had a cup of tea before I went to the optician's shop because I was tired from school. But now if I look at my glasses, there is metal, there is plastic. Someone made the plastic in a factory. Someone made the metal in another factory. Somebody fed those people. Somebody transported those people. And if I think about it, it goes on and on and on. And so there are so many people who contributed to my glasses that I wear every day. Yeah. So if we get the activity, Mr. Rani has, will we do a thumbs up that everyone has understood? And can they start and make their work?
Okay, Miss. I think everyone, if you have understood this, please take your pen and paper, draw that object which is coming in your mind, and think about that object who all contribute.
And I'm going to put up these instructions again.
That's okay.
Show us thumbs up once you all are ready.
I said those who have finished can share if they found something unexpected on chat.
Yes, Anaya, are you ready?
Ms. Chandrani, do we have to write our thoughts around the drawing?
You can share your thoughts on the chat. Leave your drawing as it is, and if you have, you can.
I think everyone is ready. Are you all ready?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. So
Yes, miss.
yeah. Let's look at some of the insights before we can share. One insight is that there is a lot of hard work. Our products give us a lot of benefit because there's so much material in it. I can never imagine how many of these factors contributed to it. If people aren't getting their jobs, the stock market may crash. But we are hoping and hoping, and the world's economists are trying to predict that we now need to give people back their jobs. Now we appreciate how many people there are. And just think about all the invisible hands that we do not see. If we do not have global cooperation, yes, the product cannot be made. Yes, certain things have to be shaped. Certain people have expertise. Arnav said, how does the speaker have holes without damaging the speaker? So people have a lot of expertise and they know how to do it so that the product is not damaged. Yes, things don't just go down the product, it's bigger. The workers eat, yes, Alisa. and then they eat and they can work, and the food also comes from somewhere. I don't think that we can put a number on any of the products, because we may think that this is the number on our product, but actually the people who contribute to that number, the farmers feed those people, the families look after those farmers, and it just goes on and on and on. So when we talk about the concept of sharing our planet, never before has it been so important, because we know that in sharing our planet, we're all interdependent on one another. Would anyone like to say something as a discussion?
You can unmute your mic to say.
Yeah.
Anyone from Aster, Iris?
I think there might be a lot of invisible hands behind it, behind making the product, and most of us don't appreciate the hard work put into it.
We do, yeah. We don't appreciate it because we don't see it. Isn't it easier to appreciate what we see and more difficult to appreciate what we do not see? That is really a very insightful thought. We only appreciate what is visible. What is invisible, we don't know. Somebody else? Arhan, you unmuted. You want to say something?
I guess if the coronavirus situation continues like this, I don't know if people are going. Like, I think the Indian government said that after this we should sleep in Indian hotels and eat from Indian restaurants, because right now all the small companies aren't earning money. So the coronavirus may also be affecting us in ways we don't know.
Yeah, that is a really deep thought, because human beings have in them all this negative and prejudice. So that people may not eat in our Indian restaurant. When it started, what is your Miss Chandani? You have the transdisciplinary.
Sharing the planet.
Yes.
I think
And what
the TD theme means that we all are working together to make the world a better place.
we are all working together. I mean, look at the word. Your theme is called Sharing the Planet. The minute you use the word sharing, does it not link to interdependence?
Yeah.
Share, are we not dependent on each other?
But Miss, I meant by like how people have chose different topics. Does it connect to all the worldwide nations and all the topics and all the things that are going around the world?
Yes, I'm going to go back and I'm going to share the definitions of interdependence, and I'm coming back to it, and then let us see how it links to all your topics. Just give me a minute. So let's look at all of this. When you look at your own exhibition, are any of you doing anything that affects interdepending across countries? Are you talking about interdependence across organisms? Between between ourselves and those we love? If you make a product for somebody, isn't it, because when I say love, I mean love in a very broad sense, or not just our immediate family? And by doing this, do you not see how we are connected?
Okay, Miss.
Yeah, I'm coming back. Yeah.
My topic is gender discrimination.
Yeah.
So it would connect by the people depending on each other or not depending on each other.
Yes, and if your topic is gender discrimination, if we realize how much we depend on each other, we will not discriminate. Yeah? That makes sense? Mahi, have I answered your question?
Yeah,
Yeah,
miss.
otherwise we can take it offline and you can email me. Does anybody else have a question? Okay.
No, miss.
Okay. If we don't have a question, I'm now going to take it to the last part of what we were going to do today. We talked about interdependence of objects, of things that we use. I want to now put a picture and see what comes to mind when you see this picture. So, here is a picture. Can everybody see the picture of a leaf?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Now, when we see a picture of a leaf, we all know what ecosystems are, right?
Yes, miss.
How do we get a leaf? What does a leaf depend upon? It depends upon microbes, it depends upon other plants. Can anyone think out of a box what makes a leaf? How does a leaf come into being?
Cells.
Yeah. Can
Miss,
we?
leaves are the kitchen of a tree or a plant. They process the food and break it down.
They process the food, but what does a leaf need in order to process food?
Sunlight,
Very
water,
good.
and fertilizer.
Sunlight, water. So when we see a leaf, we see the color, we see the food, we see the soil. But I'm going to read you out this paragraph and say, suppose I hold a leaf in my hand. What do you see? A leaf is a leaf, it is not a flower. But when we look deeply into the leaf, we can see many things. We can see the plant, we can see the sunshine, we can see the clouds, we can see the earth. Some of these things are invisible, but we should be able to see them. When we say the word leaf, we have to be aware that a leaf is made of non-leaf elements. If we remove the non-leaf elements such as the sunshine, the clouds, and the soil, there will be no leaf left. So it is with our bodies and ourselves. We are not the same, nor are we separate from other beings. We are connected to everything, and everything is alive. So this is what I made you do today. I requested you to make a web in which you were able to see what was obvious, and I also tried to get you to see what is not so obvious, what is invisible. So what I would like to end, if anyone has any questions, I'll take them. Otherwise, I would like to end with a small 5-minute meditation to think about how we are connected to each other. Yes, Saral, earth, water, fire, it makes everything. Yeah. So we see what we see, which is visible, and we also see what is invisible.
Natural elements.
How fire? Okay. How fire? Because fire is a form of energy and it provides. So when Saral is talking about fire, I will move it into the sun. The sun is a ball of fire. And the sun is what is giving energy to the earth. It's giving the warmth to the earth.
It's
Gauri,
like solar panels. They extract the energy from the heat and
yes, yes. So we have to look at fire as a very broad concept, as the element of fire, and not of fire as being when I strike a match. Yeah. So are we ready to close our eyes and do a small meditation before we end? Okay, great. So what I need everybody to do is I first need everybody to mute, and then I need everyone to sit up absolutely straight. Yeah. It's very, very important that we sit up straight whenever we meditate, because we want the spine to be straight. Why is the spine so important? The spine is the channel in the body that connects the mind and connects the brain with the rest of the organs. And all messages go through the spine. They say our energy flows through the spine. So when we meditate, number one, it's very important that the spine is straight so that the energy can flow. The second thing we need to do when we meditate is we need to ground ourselves. So we are sitting on a chair. Let us feel the sensation of our body sitting on the chair. Put your feet firmly on the ground and feel the sensation of the feet on the ground. And once you are sitting straight with your feet on the ground, take your palms and you can either keep them open in your lap, on your knees, on your thighs, or you can put your palms together on your lap. Once you are in this position, gently close your eyes. Don't force it closed. Very, very gently. If you like, you may keep them slightly open. If you like, you may keep it closed. And what I would invite you to do now is to take 3 breaths. When you breathe in, take in all the positive energy from the world, take in the light, take in the warmth, take in everything that is positive. As you breathe out, relax your shoulders and anything that may be troubling you, worrying you, just like the body takes the breath that we don't need anymore. Take out everything that you don't need when you breathe out. I will now be quiet so that you can take 3 long, deep breaths like this. After your 3 breaths are over, let your breathing return to normal. Don't think about your breath. Each of us, each of our bodies has their own rhythm, has their own mind. Let your breath be your breath in your mind. And now bring an image of a leaf into your mind. Look at the leaf. Look at the outside of the leaf, the green color, the form, the size. Maybe some of you can even feel the leaf in your mind's eye. Maybe you can smell the leaf. Maybe you can think of the raindrops. Bring this leaf and see what you can see about the leaf in your mind's eye. This is what you see. But in the leaf, we also have the sun. We have the rain. We have the air. And we have the soil. And all of this makes up the leaf. Sun, the rain, the air, and the soil. You are also made up of the sun, and the rain, and the air, and the soil. Think of the leaf and gently say in your mind, just like me. I am connected and I am interdependent on everything in the universe, everything that is living. I am also connected to that which is not living, because in order to make that object that is not living, So many invisible hands have contributed to this object, which I use every day, just like me. Bring a connection and see how it feels in your body. The next time you see a leaf or a tree or a person or an animal, say to yourself in your mind, just like me, and see what comes into your mind. We will now take 3 very gentle breaths at your own pace. Bring your palms together and rub them. Rub your palms so that you generate heat. Don't open your eyes. Just rub your palms. Put your warm palms on your eyes and feel the warmth. Gently open your eyes into your palms. And now bring your palms into your lap and rise. We are done with the meditation. We're done with the class. If anybody would like to share something, they may feel free. And if you would like to exit the meet, you may also feel free to do so.
Anyone to say anything can unmute.
Miss,
Yeah?
in the times of coronavirus, we must join hands but then break them.
Vibrate. Yes. We must join hands in our mind. Yes. Because we must realize how much we are dependent on each other, how much we need each other. But we must break them in order to protect ourselves from this virus. Yes. You are absolutely right. We join hands. When we say that we are socially distancing, we are actually physically distancing. And sometimes we need to do things so that we protect each other. Very, very insightful. Yes. Thank you for that. Does Adam want to say something?
Can we quickly share one line? If you can share, then we can, like complete the session for the day.
Yes.
Just quickly share one by one.
Do we have a holiday tomorrow? Yes. Your parents have the timetable. How is everybody feeling after doing a meditation? Does it make you feel good?
This will help me think better.
It helps you to think better. When I wake up in the morning, I do this for the first half an hour, 45 minutes, whenever I wake up, even if you do it for 5 minutes.
It was very peaceful, and it was like a new thing that we learned, and it helped us think better. And
That's lovely. Maybe we can do this more often. Even
It
we
made
don't
me
have 1 hour. Yeah,
it
Tara?
made me feel very calm, but it also made me feel a little sleepy.
So that's the trick. It's very, very important that we
Be
feel
alert.
that our mind remains alert.
Alert. Yeah.
And as we keep meditating, you need to keep your mind alert. Yeah. Good.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Mrs. Seervai,
Yes.
I wanted to just share something like about the interdependence and how we don't see people and who are really working for us in the backstage. So when I grew up, like I was growing up in my childhood days, so I always been into on the stage dancing and singing and seeing people appreciating me, clapping for me. But
Yes.
when I realized I grew up, then I realized the clap is not just for me. Those
Yes.
people who are backstage, who
Yes.
who did the makeup, who did my dressing, who taught
Yes.
me how to dance, and
Yes.
all the people who really matters. And the clap is just not for me; it's for the people who are around me to make that dance happen on the stage. So
Yeah. Very,
it's
very beautiful.
so I, when childhood, like I never realized that, and slowly and later on I realized that how important the people around you,
Yeah.
everybody, every person. And
Yes.
now in this situation we are realizing more how
Yeah.
important everybody, all the animals around us.
Yeah.
And so thank
Everything.
you, Miss. This is a wonderful session. I can't tell you how our children are going to, they are going to take it very beautifully. It's going to stay in their heart forever.
I
I know
hope
that.
so. Yeah.
It will be, it will be, it will. You
No,
have connected, you made that interconnectedness with them.
no,
And
thank
I could feel that with the way they, the way they interacted and the way they took part here.
yeah.
That's important.
No, they were absolutely wonderful. Our children are always wonderful.
Yeah.
So
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Seervai. It was really wonderful session with you today. I would like to thank you all my children, all mentor teachers here, and we are just, going to stop today's meet. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
being with
much.
us.
Thank